Students, welcome back to commercial arithmetic class. So today we'll be solving last set of general problems based on simple interest. So we had stopped till 22nd problem. So let's see the 23rd problem. The question is, the simple interest on rupees 1700 for 4 years exceeds the simple interest on rupees 1300 for the same period by rupees 176. Find the rate of simple interest. So here you can see the word exceeds. So we had solved problems related to this in ratios and proportions. So we have to take minus sign whenever the word exceeds come. So now the question is, the principal amount is 1700 and it is invested for 4 years. We don't know what is the rate of interest, but they have given this interest exceeds that the other simple interest with the same period, that is for 4 years, with principal amount 1300 by 176 rupees. So we have to find out the rate of interest. So the first step is, let us assume the rate of interest to be R. So we'll write the given statement, that is simple interest on the principal amount 1700 minus simple interest on principal amount 1300 is equal to 176. So we'll substitute the given terms in the formula of simple interest, that is P and R by 100. So here P is 1700, N is 4 and rate is R. So in this case, principal amount is 1300, period is same 4 and rate of interest is also same R. So this 100, this 2 zeros and this 2 zeros will get cancelled. So simplify, we will get it as 68R minus 52R is equal to 176. Therefore it is 176 by 16, which is 11% per annum. So a very simple problem. So the 24th problem is, two sums of money differing by rupees 100 were put out to interest, the larger at 3% simple interest and the smaller at 4% simple interest. The difference between the interest of the two sums at the end of 3 years is rupees 93. Find the sums. So here they have given the difference between the sum is 100 rupees. So first let us assume the first sum to be x or p, anything. So the second sum will be either x plus 100 or x minus 100. It is your choice, but it is better to take plus. It will be easy for calculations. So therefore I have taken the first sum to be x. Then a difference 100 rupees is mentioned in the question. Therefore the second sum will be x plus 100. So then they have given the difference between the interest of the two sums at the end of 3 years is rupees 93. So they have given the word difference. Again it is subtraction. When you subtract one interest from the other, the difference amount is 93. So that is simple interest at 4% minus simple interest at 3% is equal to 93. So along with this they have given what is the rate of interest for which amount it is taken. The smaller sum has 4% simple interest. So among these two, the smaller sum is obviously x. So suppose your sum is 100, the first sum is 100, then the second sum will be 200. Therefore here the smaller sum is which? The first sum. Therefore for first sum we are taking rate of interest as 4%. So the larger is x plus 100, that is the second sum. Therefore it has 3% simple interest. So we will substitute in the formula of simple interest, P and R by 100. Here P is the sum, first sum, which is x, into the period is 3 years for both the rates. So it is 3 years into rate of interest is 4 divided by 100 minus, Here the sum is x plus 100 into 3 and the rate is also 3 divided by 100 is equal to 93. So this is 12x by 100 minus, so this is 3 into 3 is 9. So 9x plus 900 whole divided by 100 is equal to 93. Since the denominator are the same, you can add or subtract the numerator. It will be 12x minus 9x. Here minus into plus is minus, so it is minus 900. So 12x minus 9x minus 900 divided by 100 is equal to 93. So this 100 will go to right hand side. So it will be 93 into 100, which is 9300. So this will be 12 minus 9x is 3x. So 3x minus 900 is 9300. So 3x is equal to, this will go to right hand side, it will be plus 900. So when you simplify, you will get x as 3400. So they have asked to find the sums. So x is nothing but our first sum. Therefore the second sum will be x plus 100, which is 3500. If you want to verify your answers, substitute x and see, the difference will be 93 rupees. So the 25th question is, two equal sums of money are lent out at the same time at 8% per annum and 7% per annum simple interest respectively. The former is recovered 6 months earlier than the later, and the amount in each case is rupees 2560. Find the sums and the periods for which two sums are lent out. Here there are two unknown quantities. One is the sum and the other one is small n, that is the period of investment. So first let us assume the sum to be P. Then they have given the former, that is the first simple interest is recovered 6 months earlier than the later. So we will assume the later period to be n. Then the former period will be n minus 6 months. So here months is converted into years. So what we will do, 6 divided by 12, which is 1 by 2 or 0.5. Therefore in terms of years, the period will be n minus 0.5. Here this n is in terms of years. So therefore the former period must also be in terms of years. Therefore it is n minus 0.5. Don't just directly take 6 months. If you are taking in months, then even this n should be months, and even in the formula you have to include months. So it is better in the first step itself you convert it into year. There will be no confusions. So the former period is n minus 0.5. Along with this, they have given in the question amount in each case, that is when the rate is 8% as well as the rate is 7%. The amount is 2560. It is equal. Therefore we can use the formula of amount, which is P into 1 plus NR by 100. So here we don't know what is P, but they have given two equal sums. So in both the rate of interest, the sum will be P. Therefore it is P into 1 plus former period is n minus 0.5 into percent is 8 divided by 100 is equal to, here it is P into 1 plus n into 7 by 100. So simplify this. So you have to multiply 8 for both the terms. It will be 8n minus 4 by 100. Here it is 7n by 100. So this P and this P will get cancelled. So now it is 1 plus 8n by 100 is 0.08n and 4 by 100 is 0.04. There is a minus sign, therefore it is minus 0.04 is equal to 1 plus 0.07n. Take the common terms towards one side. It will be 0.08n minus 0.07n is equal to 1 minus 0.96. So you try the simplification, you will get n as 4. Therefore the periods are 4 and, so here the other one is n minus 0.5, that is 4 minus 0.5 is 3.5 or 3.5 years. So we have found one unknown quantity, that is period. So which is the latter period is 4 and the former is 3.5 years. Now we'll find out the amount. So which is, we know that amount they have given it as 2560. Yeah, the amount is 2560. So we know the formula, which is P into 1 plus N into R by 100. So we'll take any one. You can take either the amount for the former or for amount in later, and you can substitute. So I am taking when N is equal to 4. So P into 1 plus N into N is 4. Therefore the rate is 7. I am taking this formula where N is 4. So P into 1 plus 4 into 7 by 100 is equal to 2560. So which will be 1 plus 0.28 is equal to 2560. So it will be 1.28 P. Therefore P is 2000. Therefore the sums are rupees 2000 each. If you want, you can substitute P and you can check. In both the case the amount will be 2560. So the last problem is, a certain sum of money amounts to rupees 590 in 3 years at certain rate of interest. If the rate of interest has been 1/3 as much again as original, the same sum would have been amounted to rupees 620 in the same period. Find the sum and the rate of interest. So in earlier problem, sum and the period was asked. Here the sum and rate of interest is asked. So let the sum be P and the rate of interest be R in the first case. Then in the second case, the rate of interest will be R plus 1 by 3R, because they have given 1/3 as much again as original. So it will be 1/3 of R plus R. It will be 1/3 times more than what it was earlier. So it is R plus 1 by 3R. If they had given 1/3 less than as much as original, then it will be R minus 1 by 3R. Here they have given the rate of interest is increased, which is, so you can see even the amount is increased. From 590 you have got 620 rupees, because the rate of interest is increased. You are keeping the period same, the amount same, I mean the sum same, but the amount is increasing because the rate of interest is also increasing. So here in the second case, the rate of interest will be 4 by 3R. So now they have given amount. We can find out using the formula of amount. So in the first case, amount is P into 1 plus 3R by 100. 3 is given in the question, that is the period of investment N. So it is NR by 100, N is 3, R is we have assumed. So it will be, amount is 590. Therefore 590 is equal to P into 1 plus 0.03R. So this is first case. So similarly we'll find amount in second case, which is 620 is equal to P into 1 plus 0.04R. So here this 3 and this 3 will get cancelled. So we'll be remaining with 4R. So 4 divided by 100 is 0.04. So that is how I got 0.04R. So now here you can see two unknown quantities, that is P and R. Therefore you can't just solve by subtracting or by substitute. If you had only one quantity unknown, then we could have solved. Here since two quantities are unknown, we'll see how to find out. So to get R, what we have to do is divide second case by first case. So it is this term divided by this term. So it will be 620 divided by 590 is equal to, for 620 you have P into 1 plus 0.04R divided by P into 1 plus 0.03R. So both the p's will get cancelled, that is one unknown quantity is cancelled. So you are remaining with only unknown, that is r. So here this two zeros will also get cancelled. So it is 62 by 59 is equal to 1 plus 0.04 r divided by 1 plus 0.03 r. So you can cross multiply. It will be 62 into 1 plus 0.03 r is equal to 59 plus 0.04 r. So multiply the 62 for both the terms and here 59 for both the terms and simplify for r. Therefore r will be 6% per annum for the first case, and in second case it will be 4 by 3 into 6, which will be 8% per annum. So we got the rate. Now we can find out the sum. So in the first case the sum is to find out the sum we can use the formula of amount, which is A is equal to P into 1 plus, so we got rate as 6, so we'll substitute it. So 3 into 6 by 100. So we know amount is 590 in the first case, so it is 590 is equal to P into 1 plus 0.8. So it is 590 is equal to 1.18 P, therefore P is 500 rupees. You can try the same with the second case. Again substitute what is r, that is 8 in the formula, amount is 620. So simplify, you will get P as 500. Therefore the sum is rupees 500 in each case, and the rate of interest is 6% per annum and 8% per annum respectively. The sum is same, the rate of interest is different. So with this we have completed simple interest of the first chapter. In the next class we'll begin with compound interest. So go through all the problems, you try to solve them, and please don't just watch the videos, make your notes and solve all the problems. Additional to this, refer the textbooks or some videos from YouTube or Google. So keep practicing. Thank you.